This is Michael Hale from Red Zone Radio, and we have breaking news coming in this morning. Multiple emergency bulletins are being issued across the country about what authorities are calling something strange, something isolated, something they say the public should not panic over just yet. We want to be careful with what we say here because a lot of this is still unconfirmed. A lot of it sounds like rumor, and frankly, some of it sounds too bizarre to be true. But since about 40 minutes ago, reports have been stacking up in New York and several other cities about people in clown costumes appearing in places they should not be, frightening pedestrians, blocking subway platforms, standing near storm drains, and then vanishing before police arrive.
And before anybody starts laughing this off, we should say there are enough reports now that city emergency lines are definitely getting hit. We're seeing a flood of listener texts, social posts, and forwarded videos. Some are probably fake, some are probably people trying to jump on a trend, but there are too many coming in at once for us to ignore.
Yeah, and every few years the country rediscovers clowns and decides they're terrifying. We've all seen that before. Viral prank wave, people in costume, creepy photos, everybody loses their mind for 12 hours. That may be what this is. It may also be something uglier, like coordinated harassment or flash mob nonsense getting out of hand.
The first cluster we got here in the city was from Lower Manhattan and Midtown, then subway stations, then near storm drains in Brooklyn, then photos of red balloons tied to sewer grates started popping up, not in one neighborhood, in multiple boroughs.
Because apparently subtlety is dead.
Michael.
I know. Just trying to keep it from sounding as weird as it is.
We also need to mention the timing. This started early, too early for ordinary prank traffic, too coordinated for random costume stuff, and in some cases, according to people calling in, these figures were just standing still for long stretches of time, not performing, not running, just watching.
We've got a police statement that says at this time there is no verified organized threat, and that most of the sightings appear to be false alarms, misidentifications, or seasonal prank activity. Again, that is the official line right now.
But it's not Halloween.
Which, yes, does make the costumes less charming.
Let's go to our first caller. We've got a woman on the line from Midtown who says she saw something in Times Square about 20 minutes ago. Go ahead.
Hi, yes, I'm still shaking a little. I was on 7th, just off Times Square. And I know how this is going to sound. I know it sounds stupid. But there was a clown standing by one of those sidewalk barriers near the crosswalk. Not like a party clown, not like a guy advertising a show. I mean, full white face, bright red mouth, orange hair, old-looking suit, like dirty old silver gray fabric with pom-poms or whatever. And he had a red balloon.
Take your time. You're okay. What drew your attention first?
Honestly, nobody else reacting. That's what made it feel wrong. Usually in Times Square, if there's a costumed guy, tourists are all over him, taking selfies, laughing, yelling, whatever. But people were walking around him like they didn't want to look at him. Not even on purpose, like they just sort of passed and kept their heads down.
Did he speak to you?
No, he looked at me. That was enough. I don't know how to explain this without sounding crazy, but it felt like when he looked at me, he was already in the middle of a joke that I wasn't part of. Like he knew something I didn't.
Did he move toward you?
No, and that's what made it worse. He just smiled. I crossed to get farther from him, and I turned for 1 second because a cab honked, and when I looked back, he wasn't there anymore. There was nowhere for him to go. No crowd closing around him. No doorway. He was just gone. And the balloon was gone too.
You're sure he didn't duck into a building entrance or go down the subway stairs?
I'm from here. I know the difference between somebody slipping off and somebody not being there anymore. He was there, then he wasn't. And everybody around me looked wrong. Not scared exactly. More like they didn't want to admit what they'd just seen.
All right. Stay somewhere public. Stay with people you know. Thank you for calling.
Please tell people not to go near them if they see them, even if it looks like a joke. Something about it felt bad.
Understood.
That last part is what keeps repeating in the messages. Even from people laughing about it, they all add the same thing at the end, that it felt wrong.
That can spread fast once a story starts. One person uses the phrase, everybody copies it. That's how panic language works.
Maybe, but the red balloon thing is getting stranger. We've now got listener images from Queens, the Bronx, Hoboken, and Newark. Red balloons tied to drains, sewer grates, handrails, even one to a chain-link fence near a school.
I'm looking at one now. It could be staged. All of these could be staged, but there are a lot of them.
We've also got people saying they hear laughter in alleyways, and when officers arrive, there's nobody there.
Welcome to New York, honestly.
Stop doing that.
All right, fair.
Let's go to another caller, Brooklyn this time. A mother near a playground who says children were approached by what they called a funny man. You're on.
Hi. Yeah, I'm calling because I don't like the way this is being talked about online, like it's some joke trend. I was at a playground in Brooklyn with my daughter maybe an hour ago, maybe a little less, and a few kids started looking through the fence toward the sidewalk. I thought maybe there was an ice cream truck or something. Then I heard one of the little boys say, "The funny man has balloons."
And did you see him?
I saw enough. He was standing across the street near the corner by a storm drain, not waving, not calling out, just holding the strings. 3 red balloons. And I know kids can get fixated, but these children were acting like they recognized him, like he'd been talking to them already. My daughter squeezed my hand so hard it hurt.
Did he say anything to you directly?
Not to me, to one of the kids, quietly. I couldn't hear the first part. Then I heard, "Come closer." That I heard, clear as day. And then one of the dads started shouting and moving toward the fence, and the man sort of leaned his head sideways like he thought that was funny. Then a bus passed for 1 second, literally 1 second, and when it moved on, he was gone.
Gone. In what sense?
In the sense that there is nowhere a grown man in a clown suit can disappear to in 1 second on a clear sidewalk.
Did any child leave the playground or attempt to go to him?
One little boy started toward the gate before his mother grabbed him, and he was crying after, not because he was scared, because he wanted to go. That's what terrified me. He kept saying, "He knows my name."
Did your daughter say anything?
She asked me why his eyes were yellow.
All right. Thank you. Stay with your daughter and keep her close.
Tell people this is not some viral joke, please.
We heard you.
Yellow eyes.
Or face paint catching light weirdly. Or people filling in details after the fact once fear takes over.
You keep saying that, but you're saying it slower every time.
Because I don't like how similar the details are getting.
We have one more caller for this segment. Lower East Side says she saw something outside a 5th floor window. I'm not sure how this one's going to sound, but here we go.
I know how this sounds. You can say I'm tired, you can say I imagined it, I don't care. I was in my apartment, 5th floor. Fire escape window open because it's hot in there. I was making coffee and I heard tapping on the glass. Not loud, just polite little taps.
And what did you see when you looked?
A clown face, right there, outside the window.
On the fire escape?
No, that's the thing. Not on the fire escape. Higher than it, like level with the top of the window frame, just floating there or standing on nothing, I don't know. Its face was right there, smiling in at me like it had all the time in the world.
Could it have been someone on the roof above, leaning down?
No. I leaned back so hard I dropped the mug. I looked again, and it sort of moved sideways, too smooth, not like a person shifting weight. Then it raised one gloved finger and pointed down. I followed where it pointed, and there was a red balloon caught in the fire escape railing. Then I heard laughing from the street below. When I looked down, there were people on the sidewalk staring up at me. By the time I looked back, it was gone.
Did anyone else in the building see it?
My neighbor across the hall said she heard the tapping too. She wouldn't open her door. She just kept yelling through it, asking if I was joking. I'm not joking. I'm sitting on my kitchen floor right now.
All right. Lock your windows. Stay inside for now. Thank you for calling.
It was smiling like it already knew I wouldn't be believed.
We appreciate the call.
Okay, I know we're supposed to keep this grounded, and we are, but that is the 3rd caller using language like the figure already knew them, or knew something about them, or expected their reaction.
I hear it. I also hear mass suggestion. We have to leave room for that.
We also need to mention something else now. We've gotten a first missing child report tied loosely to all this. Lower Manhattan, child last reportedly seen speaking to someone described as a man in a costume. Police are not formally linking that to these sightings, but that's now in the mix.
And that changes the tone very quickly.
It does.
If you're just joining us, we're covering a growing wave of clown-related disturbance reports across New York and now other cities as well. Officials are downplaying it, social media is exploding with images of red balloons tied to storm drains and street fixtures. Multiple callers have described unsettling encounters. One missing child report has now entered the story. We are not drawing conclusions, we are telling you what we know.
We have a brief update from police scanner traffic passed to us by a listener with access. Multiple calls in Manhattan and Brooklyn about laughing heard from alleys and near grates. Officers responding, finding no suspect on scene. Again, no confirmation these are connected, but the volume of calls is unusual.
If this turns out to be 10 theater kids and one guy with a balloon tank, I'm going to be very annoyed.
If it turns out to be more than that, I think annoyed is not the word.
Fair enough.
What bothers me most is the kids.
Same.
Because adults can joke, adults can rationalize, adults can join in the panic online. But when different children in different neighborhoods start using the same kind of language about a funny man, a balloon, and wanting to go closer, I don't like that at all.
Kids also share stories fast. One playground rumor can become 5.
Across boroughs and cities within an hour?
That's the part I don't have an answer for.
We're going to stay on this. If you're a parent, keep your kids close. If you see one of these figures, do not approach, do not assume it's harmless, and don't let children interact with anybody offering balloons, gifts, or trying to lure them closer. That sounds basic, but apparently it needs to be said right now.
And if this is a prank, congratulations to whoever started it. You've officially crossed into dangerous territory.
Reports are not slowing down. In fact, they're spreading.
All right, welcome back. The story that started as weird local chatter in New York is no longer local, and it is no longer just chatter. Over the last half hour, reports have accelerated out of Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. We are seeing the same keywords over and over again: clown, balloon, storm drain, yellow eyes, wide smile, sudden disappearance. Some of that may still be crowd panic, some of it may be copycats, but the consistency is getting harder to ignore.
We've also had several hospitals flag unusual intake behavior, not injury alone. People arriving in extreme shock, some catatonic, some repeating the same phrase over and over. We cannot verify the exact number yet, but multiple sources are now using the same words.
And those words are, "we all float," which sounds like a meme until enough unrelated people say it that your skin starts crawling.
We also have our second, third, and fourth missing child reports across New York this morning, all still unconfirmed as connected, but all involving the same kind of setting: near drains, near sewer access, near roadside grates, parents turning away for seconds.
I hate that sentence. I hate all of these sentences.
We have a caller from Queens who says what she saw wasn't just a clown. Go ahead.
I don't even know where to start. I'm driving, and I shouldn't be. I know that, but I needed to hear actual people talking and not these videos. I saw one near an overpass access road in Queens. It was standing under the concrete with a balloon. I almost kept driving, but then it turned its head and looked at me, and I knew that face. Not the clown face, what was underneath it.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it looked like my brother. My brother died when I was 10. Car accident. I haven't seen his face in that exact way since I was a kid, but for 1 second that clown looked like him. Not fully, like it was wearing 2 faces at once. The clown smile and his eyes.
Did it approach your vehicle?
No, I slowed down because I froze, and it just lifted one hand like it knew me. Then I heard my brother's voice, from inside the car. Not through the radio, not outside, inside the car. It said, "Come back." And I hit the gas so hard I almost clipped the barrier.
All right, listen to me carefully. Pull over somewhere safe and call someone you trust to come get you if you need to. Stay around people. You do not need to be alone right now.
You think
think you're scared. That's not the same thing.
It knew the one thing that would make me stop.
I heard you.
It wanted me to come closer.
Then don't.
I'm not going anywhere near one again.
Good. Thank you for calling.
That is the first direct report we've had suggesting these things may be appearing differently, or at least hitting people differently.
Or the first report where panic is starting to shape the event in real time.
You keep building a case for normal fear, and I understand why, but the cases you're building are getting thinner.
I know.
We've got a scanner clip here from a listener monitoring police vans. We need to be careful with raw traffic, but one line in particular stands out. Officer requesting backup. Suspect won't go down. Multiple taser hits ineffective. That is not typical prank language.
No, it is not.
And before anyone says maybe that's unrelated, the same transmission reportedly included the words costume and balloon.
We have not independently confirmed the full tape, but yes, that's what we were sent.
Let's take another call. Brooklyn again. A mother who says the red balloons appeared before an incident on her block. You're on the air.
I'm calling because my son is gone.
I'm so sorry. Tell me what happened.
He was outside the building entrance with me. We were waiting for my sister to pull up. He was right there. And he pointed at the curb and said, "Mommy, look." There was a red balloon tied to the storm drain across the street. I remember thinking some stupid teenager had to be behind this. I remember actually rolling my eyes.
And then?
Then he says he has another one. I turned. There was no one there. I looked back at my son and he was walking into the street like somebody was calling him. Not running, just walking, smiling. I screamed, grabbed him, and he fought me. My son is 6 years old, and he fought me like I was hurting him. Then a sanitation truck came through the intersection, blocked the view for maybe 3 seconds, and when it passed, there was a clown standing by the drain.
Did you get a clear look?
Clear enough. Yellow eyes, huge smile, too wide. Not painted wide, wrong wide. He bent down like he was peeking into the drain, and then looked up at us, and my son started crying, like sudden total terror, like he finally understood what he was looking at. I dragged him inside. My sister got there 2 minutes later. Police came, and while they were there, another mother on the block realized her daughter was missing.
She vanished during that same window.
Yes, same block, same time. We're all still here. Police are outside. Nobody knows where she went.
All right. Stay with the officers, keep your son close, and keep talking to him. Thank you for calling us.
Tell parents to stop looking at the balloons. I know that sounds insane, but every time somebody noticed one, something happened after.
Understood.
That's the second caller linking the balloon appearance directly to the encounter.
And the first one to mention a child resisting being pulled away as if they were under some kind of influence.
That word just slipped out of you. Influence.
I know it did.
We've also received video clips. Most are grainy, useless, or fake-looking. One, however, is making the rounds fast. Security footage from what appears to be a parking garage entrance. Figure in clown costume enters the frame, stops, turns toward camera, then moves in a way I really do not want to describe until we verify it because it looks wrong.
Too fast?
Not exactly. More like not connected to regular human joints.
Great. Fantastic. Really glad I work in radio.
You joke when you're stressed.
I joke when reality gets offended that I'm still trying to make sense of it.
We've got another caller. Boston says her sister was taken to a hospital and hasn't spoken except to repeat one line. Go ahead.
Hi, I don't know if this helps, but my sister's in a hospital outside Boston right now. She was found wandering near an underpass. No injuries, not really, just scratches. But she won't answer questions. She just keeps whispering the same thing. We all float down here. Over and over. Same rhythm every time. Same smile. She's not smiling now, but whoever found her said she was when they picked her up.
Had she reported seeing anything before that?
She texted me 20 minutes before. She said there was a clown waving at traffic from the service road and that everybody else was pretending not to see it. Then she sent one more text. Just said, "It knows about Dad. Our father died 3 months ago."
Did your sister have any history that would explain hallucinations or dissociation?
No, she's the stable one in the family. If she says she saw something, she saw something.
Understood.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
The nurse told me this off the record. My sister isn't the only one repeating that sentence. There are more, in different rooms. They don't know each other.
Thank you. That matters.
Please don't let them bury this as some internet panic thing.
We won't ignore it.
That's now hospital repetition in another city. Same phrase, same emotional shutdown.
And we should tell listeners we are hearing from Philadelphia and Chicago, too, with similar descriptions. Figures with too many teeth, eyes described as yellow or reflective, mouth shape wrong, smiles too wide. We are not endorsing those descriptions as literal fact. We are saying that's what witnesses keep repeating.
Jenny and I wanted to briefly step out of the story to talk to you directly.
Yeah, hey guys. If you're here at the 20-minute mark, it means you love getting lost in these worlds just as much as we love creating them. Our goal with Red Zone Radio has always been to build these raw, apocalyptic stories where you can just escape reality for a while.
Exactly. But producing this level of long-form realism takes a massive amount of time and resources. And to be completely honest with you guys, YouTube's policies sometimes hold us back from telling these stories to their absolute terrifying fullest.
Right. We are still going to drop one massive, full-length video right here on YouTube every single week. But if you want the real Red Zone Radio experience, we've moved our regular uncut operations over to Patreon.
Patreon is where we can really take the gloves off. Over there, we're uploading exclusive, ad-free episodes on a regular basis. It's the gritty, unrestricted content that we just can't put on YouTube.
Plus, our Patreon members are basically our co-producers now. You get early access to upcoming videos, and you actually get to suggest and vote on the outbreaks and scenarios we cover next.
We appreciate you guys more than you know. All right, let's get back to the survival.
We also have another missing child cluster now, 3 more in the city, again, all last seen near drainage access or curbside grates.
If you have children, keep them inside. I know we're trying not to sound alarmist, but at this point I don't care if it sounds alarmist. Keep them inside.
We've got time for one more caller this hour. Woman from New Jersey says what she saw physically made no sense. Go ahead.
I was on a commuter platform, opposite track. Everybody had their phones out because there was this clown down by the far end near the maintenance stairs. Nobody wanted to go near it. Then a train came in and blocked the view for a few seconds. When it cleared, the clown was closer. Like, way closer. No time to cover that distance. And it was taller.
Taller how?
Too tall. Like, stretched. Not giant, not cartoonish, just wrong proportions, like the body forgot the size it was supposed to be. And the smile changed too. It wasn't a grin anymore. It was like the whole lower face opened wider than it should.
Did anyone else react?
Everyone did. One woman screamed. One guy dropped his phone. And then the clown tilted its head, and I swear to God it laughed without moving its mouth.
Did it come onto the platform?
No. That's the horrible part. It didn't have to. People started backing away on their own, like it was pulling them without touching them. Then all at once the station speaker cut out with this horrible static, and somebody behind me started saying, "We all float," like they were sleepwalking. Then the clown was gone.
All right. Are you somewhere safe now?
I'm with my husband. We left, but I keep thinking about its face. It looked amused, like this was easy.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, I'm going to say something I know you won't like.
Go ahead.
I don't think we're dealing with just pranksters anymore.
I don't think I can say you're wrong.
Because pranksters don't show up in 5 cities at once with matching descriptions. Pranksters don't generate missing child clusters around storm drains. Pranksters don't leave people in hospitals repeating the same sentence.
No.
So what are we saying to people?
We are saying this. Stay indoors where possible. Do not approach anyone in costume. Do not investigate balloons, props, or sounds coming from drains, sewers, alleys, or abandoned access points. Keep children within arm's reach, and do not assume what you are seeing is harmless just because it looks theatrical.
That last word matters, theatrical, because something about this feels staged, but not by people.
If you are hearing our voice right now, stay with us. The tone of this broadcast has changed. We are now well beyond rumors, well beyond isolated clown sightings, and well beyond anything law enforcement can keep dismissing as flash mob behavior or seasonal pranks. The governor has issued a public statement urging residents to stay indoors, avoid storm drains and sewer access points, and keep children inside. That is not wording anybody expected to hear today.
Multiple school districts across the country are now evacuating after reports of clown sightings near school grounds, parking lots, playground fences, and bus zones. We are getting messages from teachers, bus drivers, maintenance workers, and terrified parents. The phrases are changing too. People are not just saying they saw costumed figures. They're saying those figures changed. They moved wrong. They appeared where they shouldn't be. They spoke in voices they should not have known.
And something else is now happening. Videos are disappearing. Social platforms are removing clips under labels like disturbing content, misinformation, or graphic panic material. Maybe that's moderation. Maybe it's automated cleanup. Maybe it's an attempt to keep this from spreading faster. But either way, the blackout is making people more afraid, not less.
We've also got a bizarre statement from public health officials warning about collective hysteria and fear-induced hallucinations. I understand why they're using that language, but telling millions of people that they may not be seeing what they think they're seeing is not going to calm anybody down when kids are missing and first responders are scared.
We have a caller who says what she saw changed shape in front of her. I'm struggling to say that sentence out loud, but that is what she reported. Go ahead.
I was in my apartment in Philly, watching all this on my phone, trying to figure out if the videos were fake, when my buzzer rang. I asked who it was. I heard my ex-husband's voice.
Was he expected there?
No, he hasn't lived in this state in years. I went cold immediately. I didn't open the door. I just looked through the peephole. And at first it was him. I mean him. Same jacket, same face, same posture. Then he smiled, and the smile got too wide. Not all at once, slowly. Like he was showing me he could do it if he wanted.
What happened next?
His face sort of loosened. I don't know another word. Like something under the face was trying to come through. And then it was a clown. Same suit everybody's talking about. Same red mouth. Same balloon string in one hand. It leaned toward the peephole like it knew I was there. And it said, "You always open the door for what hurts you."
Did it attempt to get in?
No. It just laughed, softly. Then my building alarm went off for no reason, and when I looked again, the hallway was empty.
Are you alone now?
No, my neighbor is with me. Neither of us are leaving.
Good. Stay put. Thank you for calling.
That is now the most direct example we've heard of the phenomenon using a personal fear or wound to bait somebody closer.
Yes, and before anyone accuses us of dramatizing this, that exact pattern has now come up in messages from multiple cities. Dead relatives, abusive partners, childhood fears, personal voices. Whatever this is, witnesses believe it knows where to press.
We also need to mention Derry, Maine. We were trying to verify this before saying it on air. The number circulating right now is 20 missing children. Local lockdown. Heavy police presence. We don't know if that number will hold, but even if it's lower, it's catastrophic.
Derry is also popping up in other ways. We've received several messages saying that town has history with this kind of thing. We're not leaning into folklore, not yet, but the name keeps returning.
Another major update. A first responder reached out. We're going to bring him on. This is a male caller, emergency response, location withheld at his request. You're on.
I'm going to keep this brief because I'm not supposed to be doing this, and I may lose signal. We were sent down into a sewer access route after multiple reports from a neighborhood where 3 children went missing. We expected maybe some drifter or some psycho in costume hiding out. That's not what we found.
What did you find?
Bodies. Old ones and new ones. I don't mean one or two. I mean enough that the smell made one of our guys throw up through his mask. Some looked like they'd been down there forever. Some looked recent. And there were balloons. Red balloons caught on pipes where there was no air moving.
Did you encounter a suspect?
We heard laughter, then voices. Child voices, asking for help. We followed them, and one of our team said he saw his daughter ahead in the tunnel. His daughter is alive at home. He broke formation and ran. We lost him for nearly 4 minutes. When we found him, he was on his knees, staring into black water, smiling, saying, "We all float." Then the lights went out.
How did you get out?
Barely. Our backup lights came on. Something moved ahead of us, too tall for the tunnel, but it bent without difficulty. We fired. No reaction. I'm telling you right now, whatever this is, if officials are still calling it mass panic, they are lying to buy time.
Are you safe now?
Safer than I was. Not safe.
Thank you for calling.
That changes the center of gravity here. A lot.
It does.
We are also getting reports from neighborhoods where multiple people claim to have seen entirely different things at once. Spiders, dead relatives, monsters, violent strangers. But when they compare notes afterward, each path supposedly leads back to a clown figure or a red balloon. That does not fit normal crowd panic. Crowd panic usually makes people converge on one image, not fracture into many and still circle the same core.
We have another caller on that exact point. Male caller says his whole block saw different fears. Go ahead.
I'm in Chicago. I don't know if you can hear the sirens, but they have not stopped for like an hour. On my block, people ran out of their homes almost at the same time. One lady was screaming about spiders all over her walls. One guy said zombies were in his kitchen. Another woman was crying because she said her dead mother was in the bathroom talking to her. We all thought everybody was losing it separately. Then this kid from across the street points to the corner storm drain and says, "That's where the clown went."
Did anyone else see the clown?
Not at first. That's what's messed up. We all saw different things until we looked at the same place. Then there it was, crouched by the drain with a balloon string wrapped around its wrist, just smiling at all of us like this was entertainment.
What did people do?
Half the block ran. One guy picked up a bat and charged it. I swear to you, for a second, the clown split. I don't mean like twins. I mean there were 3 of them standing there where one had been. Same grin, same suit, same eyes. The guy with the bat dropped it and started screaming.
Did the figures attack?
I didn't stay to find out. I grabbed my nephew and locked us in. But I can still hear laughter outside every now and then, and I'm not opening the door for anything. Good. Don't. Thank you.
One becomes many. That's now in the report stream too.
And I hate saying this, but at a certain point, once enough impossible details repeat, impossible stops meaning unlikely and starts meaning descriptive.
We also have a denial from the Pentagon saying there is no military involvement at this time and no evidence of a coordinated national attack. That statement was issued less than 10 minutes ago and already feels outdated.
Because military vehicles have been spotted in at least 2 cities in images sent to us by listeners. Could be transport, could be precaution, but the denial is not landing.
Another caller, female, says schools were evacuated near her district, and one of the children described hearing voices from drains before anyone saw anything. Go ahead.
I'm a teacher in Jersey, and they pulled the kids inside after recess because one of them told a monitor there was a clown talking from under the grate by the fence, not even standing there, under it. The child said he could hear him laughing and promising balloons if he came closer.
Did staff verify anyone near the fence?
By the time security checked, no. But 5 different kids from different classes said they heard the same voice. One of them drew the face before any adult even used the word clown out loud. Same hair, same smile, yellow eyes.
Did the children seem like they were copying each other?
No. That's why I'm calling. Kids copy fast, yes, but not like this. They were upset in different ways. One crying, one angry, one weirdly happy like he wanted to go back outside. We evacuated after a staff member reported seeing a red balloon rise from the drainage ditch behind the portable units. Just rise straight up with no one holding it.
All right. Thank you. Stay with your students.
Please tell parents to stop calling this fake. We're trying to keep children calm, and the adults are the ones making it worse.
Message received.
The hardest thing right now is that reality itself is becoming uneven. Some people are seeing enough to panic. Some aren't seeing anything and assume everyone else is exaggerating. That split is dangerous.
Yes, because it delays response and isolates the people who need help. It also lets whatever this is keep working in the gap between belief and disbelief.
You said whatever this is very carefully.
I'm done calling it a prank wave. I can't justify that anymore.
Neither can I.
If you're listening, here is where we are. State officials are issuing warnings. Schools are evacuating. Children are missing. First responders are reporting scenes underground that sound impossible. People are encountering figures that appear to use personal fear against them. Platforms are blacking out footage. Federal language is lagging behind the reality people are reporting. If you do not need to be outside, do not go outside.
And avoid storm drains, sewer routes, basements, empty underpasses, maintenance tunnels, abandoned structures, and any site where children report voices or laughter. That sounds absurd when I say it, but the absurd thing is what's happening, not the warning.
I do not think the country is ready for what it is becoming. We have crossed another line. It is no longer just public fear, no longer just strange eyewitness reports, and no longer possible to talk about this as the reason is going to catch up in time to contain it. Video analysis teams, university specialists, and independent engineers have now publicly stated that some of the movement patterns visible in the surviving footage do not match normal human motion. That is the cleanest way to say it without collapsing into panic ourselves.
We also have new numbers. 50 missing children nationwide in the past 6 hours. That number may rise. Every newsroom is trying to verify, but the spread is now too wide and too fast for local agencies to stay ahead of. The common environmental link remains the same: water access, sewer routes, storm systems, culverts, drainage spaces.
We have another development that we tried very hard to verify before bringing it to you. Former residents of Derry, Maine are now contacting stations and online channels saying this is not new, that this happens in cycles, that the town has buried it before, that the name for what is happening is simply it.
If you hear a mythic tone in the coverage now, that's because even the experts sound shaken. Religious leaders are calling it demonic. Psychologists are saying the pattern suggests a predatory intelligence feeding on fear response. Military personnel in some areas are reportedly engaging targets that do not remain physically consistent under observation. It sounds like madness because madness is the closest language we have.
We have a male caller who says he grew up in Derry and has been waiting for someone to say the town name on air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I knew this was coming the second I heard the balloons. I left Derry years ago and I don't talk about it, because when people from that town do talk about it, nobody believes them or they start doubting themselves. But if you're hearing me right now, listen carefully. This thing has been there a long time, longer than anybody wants to admit. It comes back in cycles, every 27 years, give or take. Children disappear, adults forget what they saw. The town seals itself around the memory and keeps going.
You're saying the current national event started in one town?
I'm saying it was there. Maybe it still is. Maybe it spread. Maybe it woke up wrong this time. I don't know. But the clown is not the whole thing. The clown is what it uses, or one of the things it uses. It becomes what frightens you. It learns you. It tastes fear before it takes anything else.
Why the clown?
Because a clown gets close before you understand what you're looking at, especially with kids. Funny first, then wrong, then too late.
What do people need to know?
Don't follow voices. Don't trust what it looks like. Don't go underground. And if it offers you something familiar, that's the trap. It wants you to lean toward it emotionally before you move physically.
Have you seen it yourself today?
No, but I got a red balloon tied to my mailbox in Ohio this morning. No footprints, no camera catch, just the balloon.
Thank you. That is disturbing and unfortunately consistent with everything else we're hearing.
The cycle detail is going to sound like urban legend to some people.
It will, but we're past the stage where dismissing every impossible thing makes you the smart one.
Another update. Reports are coming in from across the country of figures appearing not just in streets and drains, but in mirrors, televisions, and reflective surfaces. People seeing a clown behind them in glass, turning around and finding nothing there, then seeing it again in the reflection.
Some listeners are unplugging televisions after hearing voices through static. Others report radios briefly carrying children laughing before returning to normal broadcast. If that sounds like fiction, I understand, but enough of the reports line up that we have to say it out loud.
We also have our first mass casualty report tied to a school in Chicago. Details are fragmentary, and we will not speculate beyond confirmed trauma, but survivors are described as severely psychologically affected, some unable to speak, some only crying, some unable to look at drains or windows.
Cell networks are overloading now. You may lose service. You may hear emergency tones repeatedly. Texts may be delayed. Call systems are becoming unreliable in major cities.
We have a female caller from Manhattan who says balloons are literally falling from the sky. Go ahead.
I'm downtown, and I swear, I know how stupid that sounds, but it's happening. I looked out from an office tower because people in the building started shouting, and there were red balloons drifting down between buildings, not released from a parade, not rising, falling. Dozens of them, like snow, but slower.
Any visible source? Rooftops? Aircraft? Anything?
No, and people on the street were reacting in totally different ways. Some were filming, some were running. One man was just standing still with both hands over his ears. Then I saw one balloon touch the pavement, and it didn't bounce away. It just stopped, like it was waiting.
Did you see any figure nearby?
Reflected, in the glass of the building across from us. We could all see it in the reflection, standing behind the crowd on the sidewalk. But when people looked directly, there was nothing there. Then the lobby TV screens all flickered, and for 1 second, every screen showed the same clown face.
All at once?
Yes, and then normal programming came back like nothing happened.
Stay inside the building if you can.
Nobody wants to leave. The stairwells feel safer than the street.
Understood. Thank you.
I don't know how much longer institutions are going to be able to talk around this.
Not long, because the military is now visible in multiple cities, and we have unofficial reports from service members saying they cannot kill what keeps changing shape.
That phrase came in from 2 separate sources. Can't kill what keeps changing shape.
We have another caller, male, says he's part of a volunteer faith group trying to help frightened families shelter in place. Go ahead.
I'm in Cleveland. Our church opened its basement for families before we told everyone to get out of the basement, which is how insane this day has gotten. People came in terrified, talking about seeing clowns at intersections and in windows and in the reflections on polished floors. Some of our clergy believe it's demonic. I don't know what label helps. What I know is people are responding like prey.
What do you mean by that?
Heart rates spike before sightings. Kids get quiet first. Then somebody hears laughter. Then people start saying it knows things, private things, hidden guilt, grief, trauma, shame. We've had families arrive with children covering mirrors, with parents refusing to say certain fears out loud in front of each other.
Are people calmer in groups?
Sometimes, unless one person breaks, then fear spreads like a fire in dry grass.
That matches what we're hearing elsewhere.
We started telling people to speak plainly, stay close, and not isolate. It's helping a little. But if this thing feeds on fear, America is a feast right now.
Thank you for that.
That sentence is going to stay with me.
Me too.
We have one more caller in this hour. Female. Says psychologists on local news were discussing the possibility that fear itself is functioning like fuel. Go ahead.
I work in a university department, not as a psychologist myself, but I was in the media room when some of them were being interviewed. Off camera, they were shaken. One of them said if these reports are accurate, the pattern suggests a predatory intelligence that amplifies fear responses, because fear either strengthens its perceptual control or its physical manifestation. I know that sounds impossible, but he wasn't joking.
So the more people panic, the stronger it becomes.
That was the implication. He said widespread synchronized terror could be acting like an open door. The problem is, telling people not to fear something like this is like telling people not to bleed when they're cut.
Right.
He also said children may be more vulnerable because imagination and fear are more porous in them. I haven't stopped thinking about that.
None of us will.
Please tell people not to mock this anymore. Every hour we waste pretending it's a joke is costing people.
We hear you. Thank you.
The supernatural explanation is no longer fringe. I can't believe I'm saying that on live radio, but there it is.
The country has spent the last few hours trying to fit this into categories it already understands. Pranks, crime, mass panic, coordinated hysteria, online contagion. Those categories are breaking apart. What remains is something ancient feeling, theatrical, invasive, and hostile.
And it is national now. Not local, not regional, national.
If you can shelter above ground with people you trust, do that. Avoid lower infrastructure spaces. Limit exposure to disturbing footage if you can. Keep children away from windows, drains, and doors they cannot monitor. And if something appears to you in a familiar form, do not follow it, do not engage it emotionally, and do not go closer.
The worst part of that advice is that it assumes the thing can hear you think.
I'm starting to fear it can.
This is no longer a crisis in development. It is a national collapse in motion. The president has addressed the nation. Mandatory curfews are now active. Martial law has reportedly been declared in 30 states. Evacuation orders have gone out for multiple major metropolitan areas, and as anyone could have predicted, the highways immediately turned into parking lots.
Gridlock is everywhere. Cars abandoned on bridges, tunnels backed up, intersections deadlocked, people trying to flee cities while others try to get back in to find family members. Meanwhile, the power outages have started spreading. We are hearing from listeners who say that darkness itself feels occupied, that there are sounds in the walls, laughter in electrical hums, balloons in stairwells where no one could have placed them.
Hospitals are overrun. Missing persons lines are buried. Police and military responses are taking casualties. We are hearing the same phrase again from multiple contacts. Conventional weapons are useless against fear itself.
We also lost contact with 2 field reporters in Times Square. Their last transmission was broken, panicked, and ended in screaming. We have no update on them.
Our own station is still operating, but the strain is showing. We've switched to reduced lighting in non-essential rooms. Backup power checks are happening. Staff are shaken. Nobody's really saying that out loud in here, but everyone feels it.
We have a mail caller trapped in a car tunnel with traffic stopped. Go ahead.
I'm in the tunnel and we're not moving. Nobody's moving. At first we thought it was just a wreck ahead. Then people started getting out of cars and screaming. There are maintenance doors along the wall down here, right? Those metal doors? One of them swung open and red balloons came out.
Came out how?
Floating, slow, like they were being let loose from inside. Then we heard laughing. Not one laugh, a bunch. Some high, some low. People started rushing back into their cars and laying on horns. Then I saw one, clown suit, pale face, stepping out of the maintenance corridor like it lived there. Then another, not running, just walking between cars and looking in windows.
Have they reached your vehicle?
One passed mine. It looked in at me, and for a second it wasn't a clown anymore. It was my kid, my son. He died 2 years ago. It was him in the passenger window asking me to unlock the door. Then it blinked, and it was the clown again.
Keep the doors locked. Do not get out of the car under any circumstances.
I'm not, but people are panicking and some already ran. I heard banging farther down, something smashing glass.
Can you move at all?
No, cars packed too tight, and the lights just dimmed. Oh God.
Stay with me. Breathe. Keep your eyes forward if you can.
There's one on the hood of the car ahead of me. It's crouching, smiling. It's tapping the windshield with one finger.
Do not leave the line if you can help it.
It knows I'm looking at it. I can tell. It's laughing without opening its mouth.
Stay locked in. We're with you.
If this cuts, tell my wife I stayed in the car. Tell her I didn't open the door.
We'll remember. Stay strong.
Oh God, the lights.
We lost him.
We lost him.
We lost him.
All right, stay with me. We keep going.
Yeah.
We have more incoming.
too much incoming.
I know.
Another major pattern. Power systems. Listeners are reporting flickers, outages, and clown voices or laughter emerging through speakers and wiring before the blackout hits. I do not know if the entity is in the systems or if the fear is just following the dark, but either way, once the lights go, reports worsen fast.
Hey, can we pause for just a second?
Yeah, just real quick. First, if you're still here with us, seriously, thank you. That means a lot. You could be anywhere right now, and the fact that you choose to spend your time inside these stories with us, we don't take that lightly.
Exactly. A lot of time, work, and honestly a lot of heart goes into building these worlds for you. Every outbreak, every collapse, every late-night transmission.
And because of how these stories are made, sometimes we can't always go as far as we want to here.
That's why we created our Patreon. It's where we upload our full, uncut, ad-free stories. The raw versions, exactly the way we originally imagined them.
If you love getting lost in these long realism stories, the kind that let you escape reality for a while and disappear into another world, that's really what Patreon is built for.
Members also get early access to upcoming episodes. And honestly, one of our favorite parts, you can suggest story ideas. And some of those ideas end up becoming future broadcasts.
No pressure at all. We're just grateful you're here, listening.
All right, radio back on.
We have a female caller from an apartment building in the city. She says residents were found in the basement, arranged in a circle. Go ahead.
I can barely talk. I live in a building in Queens. Power went out maybe 30 minutes ago. We all thought maybe breaker issue, maybe city grid problem. So a couple of tenants and the super went to check the basement. They didn't come back. After a while, more people went down with flashlights. Then one of them came running back up screaming.
What did they find?
People sitting in a circle on the basement floor. Residents from the building. Quiet. Too quiet. All facing inward. The flashlights caught their faces and I can't even say it. Their eyes were gone. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if it was blood or shadow or what, but where their eyes should have been, it was just black. And in the center of the circle was a bunch of red balloons tied together.
Were they alive?
Some moved. One started giggling. One said, "He'll come back for the rest." Then the basement lights came on by themselves for like 2 seconds, and everybody on the stairs saw a clown standing behind the group. Then dark again. We slammed the door and pushed furniture against it.
Are you upstairs now with others?
Whole floor is together. Nobody's alone, but we can hear something below us dragging across pipes.
Stay away from the basement. Keep everyone together. Do not respond to voices calling from below.
It already called my name once.
Then ignore it.
I'm trying.
You're doing the right thing. Thank you.
And we should say this too. There are now growing reports of people simply breaking under the fear. Self-harm, attacking others, mistaking loved ones for manifestations, entire households unraveling. If you are sheltering, assign one person to stay calm and keep others grounded. Speak to each other. Use names. Confirm what is real together.
We have another male caller. Says emergency services in his area are not responding anymore. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've called 911 12 times. Nothing. Busy signal, disconnect, silence. All of it. My street in St. Louis has 3 houses with doors hanging open and balloons caught in the yards like somebody decorated for a funeral. One of my neighbors ran outside screaming about clowns in her walls. Another guy chased something into the storm ditch with a shotgun and didn't come back.
Are you alone?
My brother's here. We boarded the back door. Every now and then we hear circus music outside. Real faint. Like it's coming from far away and right under the window at the same time.
Have you seen the figures directly?
Once, across the street, standing under a broken streetlight. It kept changing height. I know that sounds impossible, but it did. Tall, normal, crooked, then tall again. Like it couldn't decide on a body.
What are people around you doing?
Mostly hiding, some trying to run. But run where? If it's in every city, every road, every drain, where are you going? That's what nobody on TV said before the TV went dead.
Stay where you are if you can secure it.
We're trying. My brother says if he hears our mother's voice, I'm not supposed to let him answer. She's been dead 15 years.
That is exactly right. Thank you for calling.
That right there. Families having to brief each other on which dead relatives not to believe. That is where America is now.
And if you had told people this morning that sentence would exist by nightfall, they would have laughed in your face.
We have one more caller for this section. Female. Says the station's missing field reporters aren't the only ones vanishing in public. Go ahead. Any visual from the last transmission?
The ground unit saw balloons moving against the wind between the cars on the freeway. Drivers were abandoning vehicles and climbing barriers. Some were jumping the wrong way, like blind panic. Then a clown was reported standing on the roof of a bus, smiling down at the traffic jam. After that, screams.
Are you still broadcasting from your station?
Barely. We're on backup too. Everyone's scared to go downstairs because somebody thought they heard laughing from the storage room vents.
Keep everyone together.
We are. Michael, if your people tell you to leave, leave early. Don't wait until the building starts acting wrong.
Understood. Thank you.
That last phrase again. The building starts acting wrong.
I know.
How much longer do you think cities hold?
Honestly, not long if power and communication keep failing. Once darkness, fear, and isolation get layered together, this thing doesn't even have to chase people. It just has to wait.
I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly what it feels like. Like it's patient. Like this is all on schedule from its point of view.
We have to speak directly now. If you are listening, stay together. Do not separate because of voices, hallucinations, sightings, or promises. Do not go into tunnels, basements, drains, sewer routes, crawl spaces, or maintenance corridors. If someone in your group begins to act strangely, treat them gently, but do not let them wander. If you see a balloon, do not follow it, touch it, or let a child near it. If you hear someone you love calling from somewhere they should not be, do not answer alone.
And if you are beginning to panic, speak out loud. Use facts. Name the room you're in. Name the people with you. Hold on to something real. This thing is feeding on confusion and terror. Whether that is psychologically true or literally true no longer matters. The effect is the same.
We are still here. But the country we woke up in this morning is already gone. This is Red Zone Radio. If you're still with us, stay with us. We are still on the air, though barely, and New York is no longer functioning like New York. Whole blocks are dark. Sirens are fewer now, not because the danger has passed, but because the systems behind the sirens are failing. We are operating on reduced power inside the building. Some of our staff have moved into the main floor with us. Nobody wants to be alone anymore. That is not dramatics. That is just the truth.
We've received another wave of reports from around the city and across the country, and there's a new pattern forming around media buildings, emergency centers, and transit hubs. Red balloons appearing in clusters, not tied down, not drifting randomly, just hanging in place outside windows, outside entrances, outside glass doors like markers.
We can confirm at least one detail from right here. There are balloons outside this building.
Yes, we didn't want to say it until we verified it ourselves. They're rising from street level, not floating across, rising straight up, slowly, in groups. Some stop around the height of this floor and remain there.
Nobody is going to the window anymore.
No.
We also need to say something difficult. Several staff members in this building have reported seeing loved ones in hallways, reflections, and studio glass. Deceased family, missing siblings, people they have not seen in years. We are not dismissing this as stress, but we are also not treating any apparition as real, no matter how convincing it appears.
I want to be very specific for anyone sheltering with others right now. If someone says they see a loved one in the building, behind a door, at the end of a hallway, in a stairwell, or outside a window, do not let them go alone. Do not let them follow it. Do not shame them. Do not argue with them like they're stupid. Just keep them anchored and keep them near you.
We have a caller on the line. Female caller. Says her family was taken, and what replaced them was not human. Go ahead.
I don't know if they're dead. That's the worst part. I don't know if they're dead. I don't know if they're still there somewhere. I'm in Connecticut.
We locked down in the house after everything started going wrong outside. My husband, my son, my daughter, all with me in the living room. We pushed furniture against the doors, covered the windows, turned the TV off, the whole thing. Then the bathroom down the hall started filling with laughter.
Was anyone in the bathroom?
No, we checked it before. We checked everything. But the laughter was coming from under the door. My daughter started crying and saying a clown had been talking to her through the sink drain since earlier in the evening. She didn't tell us because she thought she'd get in trouble for making things up.
Then what happened?
The hall light started flickering. My husband stood up to go to the bathroom, and I told him not to. He still did. He opened the door, and I swear there was no bathroom behind it anymore. It looked bigger, darker, like a tunnel or some kind of room going on forever. Balloons in the dark, red ones, a bunch of them. My husband shut the door and backed away, and then my son said, "Dad, there's one behind you."
Did you see it?
Yes, standing in the hall, smiling, but not just smiling, looking pleased, like we'd finally made the mistake it wanted. My husband grabbed the kids and pulled them toward me, and the lights went out completely. We heard my daughter scream first, then my son, then my husband. I had a flashlight in the sofa drawer. I got it on maybe 2 seconds later. They were gone.
All three of them?
Gone. And standing where they had been were 3 clowns. Same faces, different heights. The smallest one had my daughter's hair ribbon tied around one glove.
Did they approach you?
No, they just stared. Then all 3 of them spoke in my family's voices at once and said, "Come downstairs."
And you did not?
No. I locked myself in the attic crawl space and called from up here, but I can hear them moving below. Sometimes it sounds like shoes on the floorboards. Sometimes it sounds like children laughing. Sometimes it sounds like my husband telling me it's safe now.
Listen carefully. Do not answer any familiar voice unless you can physically verify the person is with you. Stay where you are if it's secure. Keep the line open as long as you can.
Are they dead?
I don't know.
I keep hoping they're not dead.
Hold on to that. But do not let that hope pull you toward a trap.
I won't. I just needed another human being to hear this.
I hear you.
Thank you.
Stay put.
That might be the most horrifying call we've had tonight.
Because it sits exactly where this thing wants people, between grief and hope. That's the opening.
We've also got a national systems update. 911 failure now appears near total in multiple major urban centers. Some areas get busy signals, some get no answer. Some callers say they hear children singing or circus music instead of dispatch. I wish that were exaggeration. It is not.
Military traffic is also shifting. Earlier reports described isolated responses in city clusters. Newer reports suggest command structures are acknowledging they are not fighting thousands of separate attackers, but one intelligence manifesting in thousands of forms.
That idea has terrified people, but it also explains the consistency. Shared grin, shared phrases, shared fixation on fear, shared use of memory, guilt, and grief.
We have a male caller now. Says he got a message from someone in Derry claiming the cycle came early. Go ahead.
I'm in western Pennsylvania. My cousin's in Maine, and he's been trying to get out of Derry for hours. He got one text through before the network started dying. It said, "It came early. Cycle broken. It's everywhere now." Then one more. "Don't let fear make choices for you." Then nothing.
Did your cousin explain why the cycle would break?
No, but he told me stories before. Family stories. Weird town stories. About kids going missing every 20-something years and nobody remembering right. I always thought it was cursed town nonsense. I don't think that anymore. Because I'm looking out my own dock window right now, and there's a red balloon caught in the tree by the shed. And nobody's been in my yard.
Have you seen any figure?
Not directly, but I've heard my grandfather in the basement. He died 9 years ago. He keeps knocking once on the furnace room door the way he used to when he wanted me to come help him with tools. It is exactly the same knock. That's how I know it's wrong. Good. Trust that it's wrong. My wife wanted me to go check. I told her absolutely not. We moved the kids upstairs. We're all in one room now.
That's the right move. Stay together. Do not investigate sounds from below the house.
You think it can get in through drains?
At this point, I think if it wants to feel near you, it can feel near you. Focus on not giving it movement. Don't go looking. Understood. Thank you.
We need to tell listeners something happening inside this building now. The basement doors are bulging.
We did not want to say that out loud.
We don't have time left for things we don't want to say. Staff on the lower floor reported hearing children laughing from below the sublevel. Then something struck the basement access doors from the inside. More than once. Not a constant pounding, just spaced impacts. Like whatever is down there knows fear builds better in intervals.
We also had one of our engineers swear he saw water running backward along a hallway floor toward the stairwell.
That's a sentence I never thought would leave my mouth.
I saw something too.
You want to say it?
I should. If we're asking people not to hide what they're experiencing, I should say it. A few minutes before we came back from the last breakless segment, I looked toward the studio glass, and for a second, I saw my sister standing on the other side.
Your sister drowned when you were a kid?
Yes.
And what did you see?
Wet hair, pale face, just standing there looking at me. Not angry, not monstrous. That almost made it worse. It looked like the version of her I've spent years wishing I could say one more thing to. Then the glass changed, and the clown face was behind her face, like it was pressing through a mask. Then it vanished.
Did it say anything?
No, but I knew what it wanted. It wanted me to look longer, to lean toward it emotionally before I leaned physically, same as the caller said.
That's exactly how it works. It opens the wound first.
Yeah.
We have one more caller this hour. Female caller from New York. Says she can hear something in her building walls. Go ahead.
I'm in an apartment near the river. Everybody on my floor is in the hallway together because none of us trust our own units anymore. Every time the power flickers, somebody hears a different voice in the walls. A mother hears her missing son. A teenage boy hears his dead dog scratching. I hear clown laughter coming through the heating pipes. Then a minute later, I hear my own voice whispering from the bathroom.
Your own voice?
Yes, saying things I don't want to repeat, things I'm ashamed of, private things. It knows the stuff I'd never say out loud. It keeps using my own voice to say it back to me.
That's important. Listen to me. Shame is one of the tools here. Isolation too. Stay with your neighbors. Keep speaking out loud with real people.
We are, but some people are starting to crack. One woman keeps begging us to open the stairwell door because she says her little girl is crying below. Her daughter is standing next to her, alive, right there, and she still keeps hearing the other one.
Then do not let her open that door.
We're holding it shut.
Good. Keep doing that.
How long can this thing keep doing this?
I don't know. But every minute you deny it what it wants matters.
We'll try.
That's all anyone can do. Thank you.
I think the most terrifying part now is that it doesn't need darkness to reach people, but darkness helps. It doesn't need isolation to hurt people, but isolation helps. It doesn't need grief to get in, but grief helps. It keeps selecting the easiest opening, which means if there's any answer, it may not be force first. It may be resistance in the mind first, holding ground, refusing the lure, refusing the private voice, refusing the false reunion. We're going to keep going as long as this station can breathe. If you're listening, you're not alone. That matters.
We have a development, and for the first time in hours, it may point in the direction of survival instead of collapse. Across multiple states, separate listeners are reporting the same thing. People who directly confronted their fear in the middle of an encounter sometimes survived. Not always. We are not giving false hope. But enough reports line up that we have to say it clearly. When the bait fails, the manifestation weakens.
Online communities before the networks began going fully dark started organizing around a phrase we now keep seeing repeated in text fragments and shortwave relays. Share your fears, face them, weaken it. I know that sounds like something from a myth or a story or a support group slogan, but tonight it may be the closest thing to strategy civilians have.
The reasoning, crude as it is, seems to be this. If the entity feeds on hidden terror, denied trauma, private shame, and unspoken grief, then forcing fear into the open may reduce its leverage. If it wants surprise and control, self-recognition may be a defense.
We have a male caller who says he survived an encounter by doing exactly that. Go ahead.
I'm in Kansas City. I was in the garage under my building trying to get supplies for my car because I'm an idiot and thought quick trip, no problem. The second I got down there, I heard my father's voice. My father was violent, died angry. I haven't said that out loud in years. I heard him say my name from between two parked cars. Then I saw him standing there. Same coat, same posture, same look like I was already in trouble.
What did you do?
At first, froze. Then behind his face I saw the clown smile starting. Just starting, like it was waiting for me to believe. And something in me snapped. Not panic. Anger. I said out loud, "You don't get to be him. You don't get to use him." I just kept talking. Said every ugly thing I never said while he was alive. Said I was afraid of him. Said he doesn't own me anymore. Said if you're feeding on that, choke on it.
What happened to the figure?
It twitched, like the image slipped. My father's face went wrong first. Then the clown face came through fully, but it looked thinner, less solid, less amused. I backed toward the stairs and kept talking. Every truth I'd buried, every fear, and it kept shrinking away from me, like it was losing interest or losing shape, I don't know which. Then it was gone.
Were you able to get back safely?
Yes. Haven't stopped shaking since. But I'm alive.
That matters. And what you said matters.
Tell people not to let it narrate them. If it brings something personal, answer it yourself first.
That's powerful. Thank you.
That may be the first useful civilian tactic we've heard all night.
It also matches reports from small groups sheltering together who began naming fears out loud rather than hiding them. That doesn't make them fearless, but it seems to keep the entity from having total control over the form it takes.
I'm going to say something on air, because if this is what's required, I can't ask listeners to do it unless I do it too. I've seen my father in this building tonight.
You have.
He died when I was a young man, and for years I carried guilt about the last conversation we had. I've been seeing that guilt move at the edge of the room every time the lights drop. If it shows itself again, I'm done letting it lead. I'm done treating regret like a leash.
Good.
There. That's mine. Maybe saying it out loud matters.
I think it does.
Military channels are also changing their approach. We have reports of what some are calling fearless assaults, units engaging only after direct psychological preparation, shared confession, or some kind of mental anchoring protocol. Results are mixed. Some success, some devastating failure. But mixed is better than universal loss.
We're also hearing that entire towns are going dark with no further transmissions, leaving only balloon sightings on highway cameras before the feeds die. If you are in a rural zone thinking this is only urban, it is not. This thing is in cities, suburbs, and open country now.
Another caller, female caller, says her group started reading their fears to each other and something outside their shelter changed. Go ahead.
I'm in Arizona with 6 other people in a church office building. We were all losing it, hearing things, seeing dead relatives in the glass. One woman almost opened a side door because she heard her missing brother crying outside. Then one of us remembered all those messages about facing fear, so we sat in a circle and just started saying it. Mine was my son dying before me. Someone else said cancer. Someone else said being abandoned. One man said he was afraid he'd spent his whole life pretending to be strong because he was actually terrified of being ordinary.
And what changed?
The laughing outside stopped. Not all at once, but gradually, like something was backing away from the windows. We could still hear movement, but it wasn't as close. Then one of the kids with us said, "The clown is smaller now."
Did any of you visually confirm a figure?
Through the peephole, there was one near the parking lot light. It looked hunched, less steady, like the shape didn't hold as well. We kept talking, just honest, ugly truth. And after a while it drifted backward into the dark.
That's enormous. Thank you for sharing that.
I don't know if it saves everyone, but hiding from your own fear definitely seems to help it more than help you.
Agreed. Thank you.
We may be seeing the outline of a strategy the whole species has to learn in a single night.
And that's a brutal thought.
We've got a grim update from inside the building, too. The generator is now showing 30% on backup reserve. That is not an estimate. That is the actual number from engineering.
Which means we have time, but not comfort.
We also lost our producer.
Say it plainly.
He stepped into the supply closet after insisting he heard someone crying in there. We told him not to open it. He did. The room was empty. He laughed, said he was being stupid, and reached for a flashlight shelf. Then the door slammed. We got it open maybe 15 seconds later. He was gone.
No exit route, no ceiling access, no secondary door. Just gone.
The last sound from inside before the door opened again was giggling. Not his normal voice. Lighter. Wrong.
That's going to stay with this building, if the building survives.
Another caller, male caller, says he's with a mixed group and their belief systems don't agree on anything except one thing now. Go ahead.
I'm in Atlanta with a group sheltering in a rec center. We've got church people, atheists, one guy who keeps talking about physics, 2 older women who think this is the devil, and 1 teenager who thinks all of us are talking too much. And weirdly, that may be what's saving us. Nobody agrees on what it is, but everybody agrees fear is what it wants.
What have you been doing?
We made rules. Nobody goes anywhere alone. Nobody answers a voice from outside the room unless 3 living people confirm it. Nobody follows a memory. Nobody hides their fear. We say it. We say it badly, awkwardly, angrily, whatever. We get it out. Since we started doing that, the clown in the hallway hasn't gotten closer.
There's one in the hallway now?
Has been for 20 minutes, just beyond the end of the corridor near the vending machines. Sometimes it looks like a clown. Sometimes it looks like somebody each of us hates. One of the women said it looked like her abusive husband. The science guy said it looked like himself at 16 after a failed suicide attempt. The teenager said it looked like literally every adult disappointment in one face. That was his phrasing.
And yet you're all holding?
Barely, but yes, because we stopped trying to be tough individually and started being honest collectively.
That may be the line of the night.
Tell people courage is not calm. Courage can sound like shaking and crying and still not opening the door.
Beautifully said. Thank you.
Courage can sound like shaking and crying and still not opening the door. I want that repeated by everyone listening.
Because people think bravery is not feeling fear. Tonight, bravery may just mean refusing to feed fear your choices.
We have one more caller this hour. Female caller. Says her town may be gone. Go ahead.
I'm on the edge of a small town in Ohio. The main street is dark. No porch lights, no gas station lights, nothing. But the road into town is lined with red balloons tied to mailboxes and signs, and every now and then one just lifts into the air by itself. My husband and I drove up as far as the school, and there was nobody. No sirens, no people, just one clown standing on the school roof, looking down.
Did it move toward you?
No, it didn't have to. I felt like my chest was collapsing just looking at it. Then the figure on the roof raised one arm and pointed at me, and suddenly I could hear my mother screaming my name from the school basement. My mother died in hospice 6 months ago. My husband heard his brother laughing from inside the gym. We almost got out of the truck.
But you didn't.
No, he grabbed my wrist so hard it bruised and said, "That's not her." Then I said, "That's not him either." We backed up and left. The clown on the roof never moved. It just watched us go.
That was the right choice.
The whole town feels dead or taken.
I'm sorry.
If anyone out there is trying to be strong by themselves, stop. That thing almost got both of us at once because it knew exactly what voice to use.
Thank you, and I'm glad you got out.
I think that's the shift. Not that fear disappears, but people are starting to understand the shape of the trap.
Yes, and if understanding spreads faster than panic now, we may still have something like a future.
Generator still holding. Barely.
Then we keep going. This may be the last full hour many stations like ours are able to maintain. Major cities are now widely described as lost in the practical sense. Not erased, not vanished, but dark, fractured, and operating below the level of organized civilization. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and others are no longer communicating consistently across whole sectors. The internet is collapsing in pieces. What remains comes through in fragments,
mirrored servers, shortwave relays, emergency bursts, and terrified last messages.
We are receiving those messages. Some are requests for help that no one can answer. Some are coordinates for safe places. Some are final words to family. Some are warnings. And underneath all of them now, there is one idea repeating with more force than anything else. Survive the night. Face your fears. Stay together.
We've also begun hearing of safe zones. Not many, small clusters. Rural church halls, school gyms, apartment floors, maintenance-free rooftops, reinforced municipal buildings, isolated farmhouses. Any place where people kept each other grounded and denied the thing a steady supply of private terror. They're not fully safe, but they are holding.
We have a male caller from rural Montana who says nowhere is untouched. Go ahead.
Yeah, people need to stop thinking distance protects them. It doesn't. We're miles from anything. Nearest real town is a drive, and it's here. It's in the wells, or at least around them. We found balloons tied to the well handle, and one hanging over the old pump house door. My nephew heard laughing from inside the water tank. Nobody's been in there in months.
Have you seen a full manifestation?
Once. Out by the fence line at dusk. It looked like a clown from the waist up, and something else below, like the shape wasn't finished. It was holding a red balloon in one hand and the string of another in its teeth. My father-in-law raised a rifle, and the thing just smiled wider. Didn't move. Didn't need to.
What did your group do?
We went back inside and started talking. Same as everybody says now. Truths we don't like, fears we never say. My wife admitted she's been afraid our son would inherit my temper. I admitted I'm afraid she's right. Stuff like that. Ugly, real stuff. The clown moved farther off the porch with every minute we kept going.
So the pattern holds there too?
Yeah. But nowhere is safe enough to get comfortable. We checked the well house later from a distance and found children's handprints on the inside of the dirty window. We don't have children that small on this property.
Stay out of there.
Believe me, we will.
Thank you.
That matters because it means light, distance, and geography help only so much. The real defense still appears to be psychological honesty combined with physical caution.
We also need to say this. Michael and I are both receiving messages from family. Delayed, fragmented, some coming through all at once after long silence. We don't know if more are coming. We don't know how much longer this station stands. But we do know there are people listening right now who may never hear the voices they love again, unless they use this moment to say what matters.
That's not me surrendering. That's me being honest. If this signal is all we have left, then honesty is part of the work.
We have a female caller who says her group found a holding pattern that works. Go ahead.
I'm outside Denver with about 20 people in a rec center gym. We started rotating watch, but the watch wasn't enough. The thing kept showing up in the reflections on the polished floor. Then somebody suggested we stop waiting for it to choose the fear and start choosing it ourselves. So we made a wall of index cards. Everybody wrote the thing that scared them most. Not for therapy, for strategy.
And what happened?
Kids drew theirs, adults wrote theirs. Nobody had to share out loud if they couldn't, but most of us did anyway. The more honest it got, the less the reflections made sense. The clown in the floor stopped matching our faces. Then it stopped appearing at all, except near the exits. It still wanted us isolated, it still wanted movement, but it stopped getting inside us as easily.
That is one of the clearest field strategies we've heard.
There's one more thing. We've got ham radio guys here talking to similar pockets in Nebraska and New Mexico. Same results. Small communities holding because they stopped hiding from each other.
Thank you, that's valuable.
Tell people love works too. I know that sounds soft, but it does. When people stop performing and start caring out loud, it gets weaker.
That does not sound soft tonight. It sounds tactical.
Beautifully said. Thank you.
We have another interruption incoming.
Stand by.
We're getting an emergency government relay. Audio is unstable. We're patching it through.
If you can hear this transmission, shelter in place if secure. If not secure, move only with others. Avoid drainage systems, sewer access, and underground transit. Do not respond to familiar voices unless verified. Reports indicate fear response amplifies threat effectiveness. Face your fears. Survive the night. We will rebuild. Repeat. Survive the night. Face your fears. We will rebuild.
That is the first official language we've heard that actually matches what civilians have been saying for hours.
Too late for many, but maybe not too late for all.
We have a mail caller who says he wants to send a message. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if this gets to anybody, but my wife and daughter were trying to reach relatives in Jersey, and if by some miracle they hear this, I want them to know we're in the church on Highway 18 with 6 other families, and we're alive. Scared, but alive. And to my daughter, if she's hearing me from somewhere else, the clown is lying. I am not outside in the rain. I am here. Don't follow my voice if you hear it anywhere else.
It is exactly the kind of message people need right now.
And to anybody sheltering with kids, tell them ahead of time what voices are fake. Make a plan. Tell them Grandma can't be at the door. Tell them Dad won't be in the basement. Tell them if they hear something impossible, that's the warning, not the invitation.
That is excellent advice. Thank you.
One more thing. We've been saying one phrase here, and it helps the little ones. Real people stay in the light and answer together. Might help somebody.
It will. Thank you.
Real people stay in the light and answer together.
Keep that one.
We will.
We've got another caller, female caller, says her building below this floor is gone. Go ahead.
I'm in a downtown office tower in Houston. Floor below ours is compromised. That's the only word I have. We heard circus music from the stairwell first. Then people on the floor below started screaming. The lights went red for about 3 seconds, then black. Now, every time we open the door to that stairwell, just a crack, it sounds like applause down there.
Have you seen any figures?
In the ceiling tiles. I know how that sounds. Red balloons keep pressing up against them from above somehow, like they're trapped in the ceiling cavity. Then one tile bowed, and we saw eyes looking through the crack, yellow, smiling, looking down at us.
Are you secure on your floor?
For now, we've blocked the doors and we're all in a conference room. We're reading fears out loud. Some people can't do it yet. They just cry. We let them cry.
That counts. It all counts.
The walls are bleeding in one hallway, or pretending to, or making us think they are. I don't know anymore.
You don't have to know anymore. You just have to not follow it.
Understood.
Thank you for calling.
There's one more thing we have to say. The floor below us in this building is no longer quiet.
No, it isn't.
We can hear music now, faintly, like a carousel melody under bad wiring.
And the walls are shuddering in intervals.
We're going to keep broadcasting. If this is reaching safe pockets, then this matters. If this is reaching people alone, then this matters even more.
If you think you may die tonight, speak love before fear. That is not surrender. That is resistance.
And if you live, remember what weakened it. Truth, courage, community, refusal. This station is now running on emergency battery alone. Engineering's final estimate is 15 minutes, maybe a little more if systems don't surge. We are staying in the studio, doors barricaded, hallway dark. Whatever is in the building now has stopped pretending to keep its distance.
We've lost the outer office. We've lost the second control room. We've lost the lower floor entirely. Every speaker in the building periodically carries the same sound now. Children singing, then laughter, then a low voice almost too soft to hear.
It has spoken through the speakers twice already.
Same voice each time, though the tone changes. Sometimes playful, sometimes old, sometimes sounding like it's smiling while it talks.
We have a caller coming through from what he says is a bunker in Derry. This may be the last outside call we take if power drops. Go ahead.
If you can hear me, don't waste time asking for proof. There's no time. I'm in a shelter outside Derry with 4 others. The town is gone above us. The thing you're dealing with isn't from here. Not in the way we mean from here. It wears shape like a coat. Clown is just one coat. Dead family is another. Memory is another. Shame is another. It wants fear because fear opens you. Once you're open, it can take more.
Can it be killed?
Not like an animal. Not like a man. Maybe not fully at all. But it can be starved, driven back, denied. It weakens when people refuse the lie it offers them. The bigger the collective refusal, the farther it has to retreat.
Why now? Why nationwide?
Don't know for certain. Maybe cycle broke. Maybe it woke too hungry. Maybe the fear in the country was already everywhere and it found a way to right it. Doesn't matter tonight. Tonight the rule is simple. Fear feeds it. Courage starves it. Not fake courage, real courage. The kind that says the truth while your hands shake.
That matches everything we've heard from survivors.
Then say this for me. Do not look at the lights if it tries something bigger. Some survivors are calling them dead lights. People who stare too long don't come back right in the head.
Understood.
And if dawn comes, it will pull back. Darkness helps it wear the world. Light doesn't kill it, but light narrows its reach.
Thank you. Stay alive.
You too.
The voice is back in the speakers. Michael, Jenny, such good little talkers, such brave little hearts trying not to pound too hard.
We are not engaging it as truth.
We are acknowledging its presence and nothing more. So many listeners, so much delicious trembling, you made them imagine me so beautifully.
No, people already knew fear before you spoke.
They know it better now.
You don't get to narrate them either.
Oh, Jenny, your sister is waiting in the glass. She forgives you. Don't you want to see?
No, because if she forgives me, she doesn't need a clown to say it.
Good. Michael, your father still disappointed, still unfinished, still standing right behind. No, my father is dead, and my guilt is mine, not your costume. I forgive myself for what I couldn't repair.
Keep going.
I loved him badly because I was young. He loved me badly because he was broken. That truth belongs to me, not to you.
Ugly little honesty. Bitter medicine. Still afraid, though. Still shaking.
Yes. Afraid and speaking anyway. Courage floats too. Not tonight.
We have one last female caller attempting to get through. Patch her in if the line holds.
I'm here. Barely. I'm in a school with maybe 30 people. We've got kids asleep in the music room because it has no windows. We can hear something dragging balloons across the hallway floor outside. But we're holding. We're holding because we keep saying the truth, even the little truths. I'm scared. I miss my mom. I don't want to die. I don't know what to do. Saying it keeps the walls from feeling like they're closing.
That is survival. That is exactly survival.
Tell people running isn't always brave. Sometimes staying with each other is braver. Some of our adults wanted to bolt when they heard voices outside. We stopped them. They hated us for it for 5 minutes. Then they thanked us.
You saved them.
Maybe. I just didn't want the clown to pick us off one by one.
You understood the trap. That matters.
The kids asked if this thing is forever.
I don't know. But I know tonight is not all of time.
That's enough. Thank you.
Hold fast.
We're getting visual disturbance in the studio.
Don't look straight at it.
I'm not.
There's something standing by the far wall.
I know.
Describe only what's necessary.
It's wearing the clown shape, mostly. but the edges of it aren't staying still. It's as if other faces are trying to move through it. Child faces, adult faces, dead faces, then the clown again.
Do not grant it authority with detail.
Right.
Look at me.
No.
Look at your fear.
We already have.
Then float.
No.
No.
It's trying to use my sister again.
Say the truth, not the lie.
I was a child. I could not save her. I have carried that like a stone for years. It belongs to my grief, not to this thing.
She called for you.
Maybe she did. And I still was a child. That is not my shame anymore.
Good. Good.
Michael, your father blamed you.
He did. Sometimes. And he was wrong. And I don't have to keep living under a dead man's unfinished anger.
It's changing. Less stable. Less amused.
Children, children, children. Brave children on the radio.
If you're hearing us, all of you out there, listen now. This is the most important thing we've said all night. Your fear gives it power. Your courage takes it away. Not courage as a feeling, courage as a choice. Stay with each other. Say what is true. Do not follow the voice. Do not follow the memory. Do not follow the promise. Face the fear and deny it your movement.
If it comes wearing someone you love, remember this. Love does not lure you into the dark alone. Love does not ask you to open the basement. Love does not call from the drain. Love stays in the light and answers together.
Battery warning.
I see it.
Then here it is. To every listener still alive in this country, you are not weak for being afraid. You are human, but fear is not the same as surrender. Speak, hold, refuse.
And if this is our last minute, let it be useful.
We all...
The speakers just blew.
Keep talking.
Your courage takes it away.
Your courage takes it away.
Your courage takes it away.
Transmission dropping.
Michael.
Stay down.
Children singing.
Don't look.
Balloon.
If you're hearing this, if this is still carrying anywhere, then one of two things happened. Either we did not die in that room, or dead men have learned how to run battery-fed radio. I'm going to choose the first one.
We're alive.
Jenny's alive.
Barely upright, but alive.
The studio's gone, or most of it is. Glass blown inward. Outer hall collapsed. Something burned in the wiring. We lost the main board, and most of the room is dark except for one emergency strip and whatever this little backup patch unit can still feed.
We don't know how long we were out. Long enough for the building to stop shaking. Long enough for the singing to stop. Long enough for the clown voice to disappear from the speakers. Outside? I think outside is changing.
There's light somewhere. Not full sunlight yet, but enough gray coming in through what's left of the east side windows to tell me dawn is trying.
And the balloons outside are lower.
Or gone. Hard to tell from here.
We're also getting faint signal bleed from across the country. Weak, broken, but real. Not screaming, not laughter. Human voices. Shortwave chatter. Survivor pockets. Somebody in Iowa. Somebody in Tennessee. Somebody on the coast saying they made it through the night.
That means the country did not end completely. It bent. It broke in places. It bled, but it did not end completely.
We've received the first coherent relay from a civilian group, saying areas where communities openly faced fear became what they're calling dead zones to the entity. Places it could not comfortably hold shape. Places it retreated from. Not forever. Not necessarily. But enough.
That lines up with everything we learned the hard way. It was strongest where fear stayed hidden, isolated, denied, turned inward. Weakest where fear was named and shared and carried together.
We also have what may be our first incoming caller since the blackout. Patching now.
You hearing me? We are. Go ahead. I'm in Illinois with a group of survivors at a high school field house. We made it. Not all of us, but enough of us. Just before dawn, the clown outside stopped getting closer. Balloons that had been hanging over the football field dropped one by one. Then the fog around the bleachers cleared, and there was nothing there. What changed inside your group during the night? Honesty. Sounds simple. Wasn't simple. Grown men cried. Teenagers confessed stuff they thought would make people hate them. Parents admitted they were failing at staying calm. And when the shame lost privacy, the clown lost accuracy. It kept trying new forms, and none of them held. That's enormous. We've also got someone here who swears the thing retreats with dawn toward drains, culverts, tunnels. Any place the light doesn't sit long. Don't know if that's absolute, but morning definitely changed the pressure in the air. Thank you. Stay alive. Keep your people together. You too.
Another relay just came in. Maine, Dairy Survivor Network. Very short. Says the cycle remains. Says it is weakened significantly. Says it will sleep, but it will return.
There it is, the sentence nobody wanted and everyone expected.
Millions may be gone. We do not have numbers. We may not have numbers for days, but millions more are alive, and that matters. Humanity is still here, changed forever, but here.
We have another caller coming through. Female caller, go ahead.
I'm in what used to be downtown Newark. There are rescue crews outside now. Real ones. Human ones. We can see them. No clown shapes. No voices pretending. Just exhausted people in masks and work lights and trucks. I never thought ordinary rescue lights would make me cry this hard.
That's beautiful to hear.
We lost a lot, but the ones who made it through the night all keep saying the same thing. We thought courage meant becoming fearless. It didn't. It meant telling the truth before fear could weaponize it.
Yes.
We found red balloons in the drains at dawn. Deflated. Just collapsed. Like whatever held them up let go.
That may be the best image I've heard all morning.
There's one more thing. Some of the kids are laughing again. Normal laughing. Real laughing. I didn't realize how much I missed that sound.
That's worth more than any speech I could give. Thank you.
We're also getting word that pockets of rescue coordination are forming around ham radio, surviving municipal bands, and improvised local stations. Civilization did not vanish. It fragmented. Now it's trying to find its own voice again.
Another caller, male, says he's with one of the first volunteer relief teams entering a dark zone. Go ahead.
We're in Pennsylvania, moving block by block. We mark buildings with chalk if we find survivors. We've learned a few things already. Morning helps, but don't assume day makes everything safe. Basements, drains, tunnels, and deep shades still feel wrong. We've pulled people out of closets, boiler rooms, ceiling spaces, anywhere they hid from voices all night.
Any sign of active manifestation?
Less direct, more residue. Balloons in impossible places. Water running red for a second, then clear. Voices that fade when answered by more than one person, but nothing like the night. Night was possession of space. Morning is aftermath.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Also, if people hear a loved one calling from below ground after sunrise, still don't go alone. I don't think the thing is gone. I think it's hurt.
Important distinction.
Exactly.
Thank you for the work you're doing.
We're all that's left right now, so we do it.
Another message just came through from Derry. Same warning. Same cycle. It will sleep, but it will return.
Then the future has two jobs. Rebuild the world, remember the truth.
Because forgetting is how it wins next time.
We've got one final caller, female caller. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you. I was alone for the first half of the night. I would have died if I hadn't heard you two keep repeating the same things. Stay with others. Say the truth. Don't follow the voice. I made it to a neighbor's apartment because of that. There were 7 of us by dawn. We're all still here.
I'm glad you called.
One of the kids with us asked if the clown is scared now. I didn't know how to answer.
Tell the kid this. Maybe not scared, but hungry things hate being denied.
That's good. I'll tell him.
Tell him one more thing, too. Morning happened.
Yeah. Morning happened. Thank you.
Morning happened. God, that sounds impossible and ordinary at the same time.
Ordinary may be the most precious thing left.
Rescue lights outside. I can hear voices in the street. Real voices. Orders. Boots. Engines. No laughter underneath them.
Then maybe this is where we stop talking like the end of the world and start talking like survivors.
I'd like that.
Let's say it clearly then. If you're hearing this, you survived the night, or at least this night. Find other people. Stay above ground if you can. Keep children away from drains and dark access points. Don't trust easy voices in hard places. Write down what happened. Tell the truth while it's still fresh. Do not let memory soften this into a story someone can laugh off later.
Because it will return.
Yes.
Maybe not today, maybe not soon, but if the cycle is real, then someone years from now will need to know what fed it and what fought it.
So here it is for whoever comes after us. It was not just a clown. It was fear with a face. It was grief with teeth. It was shame dressed as invitation. And it grew strongest where people tried to carry terror alone.
And weakest where people chose courage over secrecy, truth over denial, and each other over isolation.
We survived because we chose courage over fear.
Not perfectly, not cleanly, but enough.
This is Michael Hale.
And Jenny?
From Red Zone Radio.
We're signing off, but we're not gone.
Face your fears.